If you compare two matches, a professional game and an amateur game, one of the biggest differences you'll see is the speed of play. While in amateur matches, you'll see players often being able to control the ball with 2 to 3 touches, look up to search for their teammate and then pass the ball. In professional football, this is rarely possible. Here, the ball has to flow much quicker, which means the players have less time to read the game, make decisions, position themselves, and execute what they were planning to do. As this is one of the most important abilities that coaches and scouts will evaluate you on, we have prepared 5 tips for how you can increase your speed of play. Tip 1. Master your technical abilities. The foundation for everything here is your technique, starting with your ball control. If you're struggling to control the ball, you will never be able to progress to higher leagues. So if you identify this as a problem or don't feel comfortable enough, this is the first thing you should start with. And even if not, your ball control is something you should never stop practicing and improving. So make sure you train this every day. But obviously it doesn't stop there. Once you have received and controlled the ball from your teammate, it's time to do something with the ball, whether that's a pass, a dribble, a cross, or a shot on goal. And you'll also need to be able to execute those actions quickly, precisely, and with the right intensity to keep up the tempo. Tip 2. Constantly increase the tempo and intensity of your training. This touches on the first tip, but is so important it needs to be addressed once again. In order to actually be able to control a ball and perform an action in a high intensity match, you have to have performed this move in a similar situation before. You can't only practice something at a low or mid tempo and then expect to execute the move the same way in a high speed match-like situation. That's why it's so important that once you have generally mastered the ability of a certain move, you don't stop there. You have to constantly try to increase the tempo, intensity and difficulty in training, so executing the move in a match is not any different than how you did it in training. After this, the next step is to practice this until you would also be able to perform it in 1 or 2 leagues above. Tip 3. Work on your awareness and scanning. A very effective skill that will help you increase your speed of play is scanning. With just 1 or 2 looks, you should be able to know where are my teammates, where are my opponents, and what options do I have. It's also important to scan before you receive the ball. This allows you to already decide your next move while the ball is coming to you. So once you get the ball, you can quickly execute what you had in mind. And don't worry, even the masters of scanning such as Xavi, Toni Kroos or Thomas Müller had to practice this skill in order to constantly increase the speed and quality of their scanning. Tip 4. Play as many high intensity matches as possible. In addition to practicing individual movements such as your ball control, passing, shooting or dribbling at a high tempo, you also need to put yourself in as many situations as possible in which you are forced to play quickly. Here are some examples. 2v2s or 3v3s in team training, playing against older players or players that play in a higher league than you, 5-a-sides, a futsal and in general small space matches with only a few players per team. You can also always put your improvement to the test in your regular league games by asking for the ball in tighter situations where you'll know you have less time than usual to control and do something with the ball. Tip 5. Improve your stamina. The longer a match goes on, the more your body, your muscles and your mind will fatigue. Your movements will become slower, you might not be scanning as well as before and therefore need to take a second or third look and take one more touch than usual to control the ball. This will of course decrease your speed of play, and the reason for this is simply that your endurance and stamina are not good enough. If you want to be able to play at a higher level, your body needs to have enough energy to keep up this high speed of play for the entire 90 minutes. So while working on your speed of play, don't neglect improving your stamina too. Tip 6. Improve your game understanding and decision making. Let's have a quick look again at tip 3. Scanning is the way you get information on what's happening on the pitch, but without proper game understanding, you can't really capitalize on it. In a matter of seconds, you need to be able to comprehend your surroundings as well as identify opportunities and options for what to do with the ball. Should you pass to a teammate, dribble, take a shot at goal? Making quick and smart decisions is core to being an outstanding player, but this again is something you need to practice. One of the best methods for this is to watch live matches and to analyze the decisions that the player in your position is making during the game. Additionally, you can also film your own matches and specifically analyze your decision making during the match to see if in hindsight you might have made better decisions, then apply your learnings in your next match. If you want to go a step further, you can also watch tactical analysis that study different game scenarios, analyze the ideal player movement and how you can apply the learnings to your own game. The best and easiest way to find them is on the Train Effective app. There you can find hundreds of tactical videos created by Premier League analysts. Just download the app, go to the Learn tab, and enhance your game intelligence. But the Train Effective app is not only limited to that. You can also boost your confidence and build the mentality of a professional player with the Rio Ferdinand Mentality Masterclass, get access to 200 plus drills and exercises to master your technique, work on your stamina with our fitness training programs, create a personalized training plan to focus on your own individual strengths and weaknesses, stay motivated by immersing yourself in a community of like-minded players, and many other features that will make you a better player. So download the Train Effective app, improve your game understanding, improve your speed of play, and level up your ability on the pitch.